All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have Archangel with us today, and I understand, Archangel, that you have some things that you want to get off your chest, off your mind, and also there's plenty of things that I'm sure the audience has been wondering that maybe you could answer for them. So I just want to start off, Archangel, it's a pleasure to have you here. It's an honor to have you here, and I was just wondering, and probably a lot of your fans are wondering, what got you into wrestling?
To start off, it's an honor for me to be here as well. Just actually being able to do something like this and get out to the people that are watching. It might not be that many, but the few that are actually loyal and watch this, thank you. It's an honor. But what got me into wrestling, it was probably the same thing that most people, like what gets them into it, which is watching it.
Right.
They watched it and they said, I love this and I would love to do it. And some people say, I love it, but I don't think I could ever do that. And then there are the few that say, I love it, I want to do it, and I have enough guts to try. And so one day I took a mattress outside and I started started throwing ourselves around on it. And that's pretty much how it came to be. Of course, I originally didn't have much practice at all. I was mainly doing it by myself, pretty much. I was using my imagination as if I had an opponent with me and I'm fighting them. And let me tell you, we had some pretty good matches like that too. But whenever I eventually got people into it and they really got into it with me, we decided, you know what, we need to go out there and we need to try this and see how well we are. Because if you want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
Even if you fail, try.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we haven't failed yet. So, we went out there, wasn't very good, but we've definitely improved.
Yeah, I have noticed that if you go back and you watch your videos, it seems as if you're literally watching, I really don't want to use the word evolution, but you're watching the channel evolve. First of all, it started out with you and a friend of yours, your channel that you now have focused mainly on wrestling.
Yes.
Used to be just this channel for you and your friend. You would just post like funny videos of yourselves, and it seemed like you were you had a comedic channel going on. Now it seems that it's been more serious. And you watch your wrestling actually improve so much from the very beginning till now. Your moves are so much cleaner. And also, you also see some of the moves that you did back then that you actually have carried on to now. And you see some that you've dropped that I guess you didn't like the way you did them or something, or the way that they turned out. And that's fine. I've also seen that the change in some of the wrestlers on there, which is great.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing bad yet.
Definitely. Over the time span that this channel has been going on, again, we started off just doing random videos. Yeah. It was just randomness, no point, no rhyme or reason. It was just there, and we did whatever we wanted. Yeah. And then, whenever I started getting into the wrestling, we started getting more focused on something. We had more of a goal to reach. We had a direction to go. And the wrestling really took control of the channel. That wasn't the original purpose. I was just gonna do wrestling videos and continue doing the random ones, but I've really kind of weaned myself off of that. And now, since my love for wrestling just grows every day, I just felt like I wanted to do more. And so the wrestling has definitely taken over, and like you said, you can see how we're evolving throughout the years, because we've been going on for 2 years now, and it doesn't seem that long because we don't have that many videos up, but it's been about 2 years, and we started off looking like we didn't know what we were doing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And now we look at least semi-professional, in my opinion. Yeah. We definitely perform in a professional manner. Yeah. And we're definitely, I think we're a little bit better than some of the backyard federations out there, because some backyard federations, they don't use any kind of protection, like a mattress or anything like that, like we do. And we do that simply for safety. Companies like ESW, they go out there and they go balls out.
Oh yeah, actually I've seen some of their videos. I understand that's a little bit of an inspiration for you. Just you've changed their what they do a little bit, and I've just actually in one match I actually see barbed wire stick into this guy's face.
Yeah.
And there's definitely nothing safe about that at all. And I understand that there's a point where you just have to take pain and stuff in wrestling, and you have to deal with it. But some things like that can be just too dangerous, and some might say even a little bit stupid.
Yeah.
No disrespect to ESW.
No, definitely not. I have nothing but respect for the guys that fight in ESW. The whole barbed wire thing that happened in there, it's purely for entertainment. They do that because they wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
And of course, we want to be different, but we don't want to be dangerous.
Yeah.
We want to be safe enough that we can continue doing this.
Exactly.
Like, we get a little bit more risky nowadays. Like, we started off just doing slams and stuff, and now we're doing slams off of trucks. Like, that's really moving. Like,
yeah, I've noticed that the truck has come into the picture, and also I've seen y'all actually use a ladder, a small ladder, but I've liked how the channel has changed in that way too. It's not just focused on slams and all that. Now you have the truck that you've used as a weapon, and you've also used it as a way to put more power into your moves, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. We're also now incorporating story into our fights, because again, whenever we first started off, it was just wrestling matches.
Yeah.
And what good is wrestling without some kind of story behind it? So we've definitely taken on kind of, trying to think of the word. It's like, I don't even know. We're taking on something much bigger. Yeah. And it's just, we want there to be meaning behind the fighting.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I know that me and Gabriel, we had a match, and it was the only match that was on a trampoline. And after the fight ended, Drew Harper came in, attacked me out of nowhere. Now, we never carried on after that. We never went on with that storyline. It was just something that happened. But now, we're definitely going to, like, if someone attacks someone after a match, they're not going to be happy about that. And they're definitely going to talk about it. They're going to talk to that person about it. And it's going to get a lot more serious.
Okay. I'm just going to stop you there because it seems that I can just feel some tension building there. Now, not to get into something too deep, but I noticed that over the span of the wrestling part of your channel, you've had this streak going on that you haven't. It hasn't been broken until here recently, and also before we get into that too much, I've also noticed that I understand that there have been more matches off camera before the channel had started posting videos, and also during the time that the channel has been posting
definitely
wrestling videos.
Our actual first official match in this Backyard Federation is not on the channel. We didn't record it, and it was me and Drew Harper, and I ended up winning back whenever my finisher was a crossbody. Now, you never even see me do a crossbody nowadays. Yeah. That is like, it's something that's completely, like, it's nowhere to be seen in my moveset. And that's how we can go back to what you said, how we've seen moves carry on, and then we've seen us, like, drop some moves. And that just shows how we're evolving. And the matches that happened off camera, or that actually happened on camera but never made it to getting online, because we had a few of those, but we actually lost the film because we shot some on a phone, and the phone factory reset itself, so we lost everything. Okay. And that was terrible, because actually, the man that broke my streak, Tristan, he has been with us since the beginning.
But we've never seen him on the channel, so this actually almost seemed as if it was his debut into wrestling itself.
It was his debut on the channel, but it was not his debut in wrestling. He's been wrestling with us since the beginning of 2 years ago. And we actually had film of him wrestling me. And I ended up winning against him. Now, the match that happened there, it was near the beginning of our wrestling, so we weren't too amazing. But that match was just, it was lost whenever the phone factory reset itself. So it's kind of sad because losing things like that, and the people that are watching thinking that, this guy's just now coming in, he's new to the channel. And yeah, he's new to the channel, but he's not new to us wrestling at all, by any means necessary. Because, like I said, he's been with us since the beginning. So,
yeah. That makes sense. So one thing I did want to talk about, I noticed some tension building up right there. Sorry about the blank space there. I'm just taking in what you're saying, It's actually kind of nice to get a little bit of a backstory behind the channel, and it's good to know that that Tristan's been there the whole time, and he's not just now debuting, so he's not a rookie.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell that in the match, that he's actually pretty much at the same level as y'all.
Yeah.
Actually, definitely at the same level as y'all in wrestling. So that actually it makes sense that wasn't his debut.
Yeah.
Because watching it myself, I felt whenever I watched the match with just you and him, I see it, I watched it, and I was thinking to myself, that just seems a little too clean for that to be his debut as a wrestler.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have a little bit of backstory behind that. Now, something I want to get into right now, not to bring up any hard feelings, I noticed you're wearing a knee brace.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed some anger you've had in the triple threat match that you had with Drew Harper and Tristan Cooley, in the latest match that you've had put up. Now, I want to talk to you about your streak, how it's carried on over 2 years. It's been broken. How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about the triple threat match, how everything turned out? I've noticed some things in there that I'm going to let you get into, not me bring anything up. I'd rather you just tell me how you're feeling.
I mean, I'm disappointed, like anybody would be.
In yourself or?
In what happened. I'm not disappointed that I lost to Tristan. I'm disappointed that after he beat me, the arrogance that he had about himself. It was as if he thought that since he beat me, the only one undefeated out of all of us, that it somehow put him on a pedestal that was higher than the rest of us.
So right now, it's kind of as if he feels like he's the king of the ring, would you say?
Yeah, and because after he beat me, he speared me off the back of the truck. And after he pinned me, it seemed like all was well. Yeah, the streak was broken. I was all right. Now in the triple threat, things got a little heated. He put his hand out, almost as if to give me a handshake, and I went for it, showing him respect. After he grabbed my hand, he kneed me in the stomach and then attacked me. That's not sportsmanship whatsoever. So that showed me there that he thinks that he can do whatever he wants. And then I showed him who's boss. I jackhammered him, and then I pinned him 1, 2, 3. He got out of the match. All's fine. Me and Drew Harper carry on, having a good match as usual. And it's very rare to see me and Drew Harper go at it because he's hardly ever on the channel. But when he is, he does good. And we have good matches. Me and him are going at it. All's good. And then Tristan comes in. Out of nowhere. Turns me around and does a rock bottom to me. And he completely screws me over. And that pisses me off. The fact that just because he ended my streak, he thinks that he can just go out there and he can ruin matches, all because he has one thing under his belt.
Okay, I can sense some real tension starting here. Wow. So you can definitely tell that some story is coming to the channel, and it seems as if it's kind of carried itself off the channel a little bit.
He did a cowardly thing. He attacked me while my back was turned. He attacked me when he was no longer in the match. And I don't want to say that it was the catalyst in my downfall in that match against Drew Harper. Because as you see, I do 2 jackhammers right after that, and Drew Harper still kicks out.
So would you say that that Tristan didn't cause you to lose the match because he just kind of... It was an unrespectable thing for him to do, because I can tell that Andrew is a very, very well-rounded wrestler, and I'm sure that 2 jackhammers would have normally put most people, to where they wouldn't kick out. And Drew Harper actually seemed to be doing pretty fine after the second jackhammer.
Drew can do things that none of the rest of us can. He can do flips and tricks. I can't do that. I go out there and I ground and pound because that's my style. Drew could go out there, ground and pound, and do a flip for style and make it look awesome.
Yeah.
But back to Tristan just interfering in the match. That's what got me angry, is the fact that he wanted to interfere. Now, yes, I definitely flipped him the bird whenever I eliminated him, but that was only because he went to go show me some respect, and it was a false sign of respect.
Yeah.
After the kneeing me in the stomach and then punching me in the jaw. So all I was doing was paying him back.
Yeah.
With a couple of these. That's it. And then he wanted to come in and rock bottom me. And Andrew did something that definitely showed respect. He sat on the truck and waited for me to get up. He didn't want to pin me after that because he's just not like that.
Yeah, and that's very respectable.
Yeah. Now, then I do the 2 jackhammers, and he still kicks out. And I made the mistake of trying to go for a 3rd one. And then what happened next is the cause for why I'm wearing a knee brace. He got me up, and whenever he did his finisher, I landed halfway on, halfway off of the mattress. My knee dug right into the ground, and it was pretty hard for me to walk right after that, so we had to slap this on. I don't know how long I'm going to have to wear it, but I'm going to wear it for as long as I have to. And I'm not angry with Drew for injuring me or anything, because I can still compete. I'm perfectly fine, it's just I need this just in case.
Okay.
So, but Tristan I am definitely angry with, and I want to have another match with him.
Wow. So now that your leg's injured, we're still going to be seeing you on the channel a lot.
Definitely.
Okay. So are we seeing anything coming up soon that you might, a match that you might be doing? Have you all been planning anything, or?
Well, we're definitely wanting to do something pretty soon. Probably in June, we're going to be having a really big match that's going to happen. It's going to be the first in history, and we'll get into that later. I'm not going to talk about it. One of our fellow competitors is going to talk about it. Now, we're going to continue doing the regular events, and I definitely want to match against Tristan at the next event, because I want to show him that he can't just run over everybody just because he wants to.
So you kind of feel, would you say a little bit screwed over?
I do, I definitely do. I mean, like I said, I don't want to say that because he rock bottomed me, it caused me to lose, but it was definitely a factor. I think it definitely aided in it, but it wasn't the main cause. The main cause was me making the mistake of trying to do the same move 3 times.
Yeah. And that actually, it's almost as if that's a disrespect to Andrew too. When viewers watch, it seems that because that happened, a lot of viewers might actually draw their attention to, oh no, this might be that causes his downfall, and it's not putting the focus on Drew Harper's just a really good wrestler, and ended up doing really good, and because he's a good wrestler, it puts that focus on Tristan interfered and he did that, and it takes away from the power between you and Andrew, and the fact that you're both really good wrestlers, great wrestlers, and that you do great against each other. Just a one-on-one, just as if it is a one-on-one match. So I think it's a disrespect to you and a disrespect to Andrew, But mostly, I really, I feel for you. I feel for you because I can see exactly why you would be upset. It's not, it's not bad to be upset about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Andrew was very happy with the ending of that match. I mean, I think he was happy because that's his first win. It's his first victory on the channel. But I don't think he's happy with the way that it happened. The fact that Tristan came in and did what he did. It's just, I don't think that Andrew felt like it was an honorable win. But I don't want to speak for him. I definitely want to see him answer a few questions about it, see how he feels, see his view of it, and see how that goes down. But I personally don't think that he was very happy with the way that it went down. I think that he would have wanted it to just be a clean fought match where he pinned me honestly 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So
definitely. So wow, this video has taken a turn. We don't have much time left. This seems to be all we have time for, but wow, that's definitely taken a turn. But it's good to know that you're willing to do something like this to give your viewers a little bit of a backstory behind your channel, and to know that now we're going to be seeing a lot more of a story on and off the camera that we can be looking forward to. So this is pretty much your first ever call out, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. I am calling Tristan out. I want to face him again, and I just want to put him in his place.
All right. Well, this is all we have time for. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Archangel, for being here with us, and thank you for sharing.
Definitely. My pleasure.